YouTube channel. It's your own girl Bukola Teminikan Bukola. It's nice having you here, my old subscribers. Thank you so much for coming, and to the new ones, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you are new here, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Okay, so today I'm showing you my kitchen partially. It's not the full kitchen, but the back here you can see the fridge, then the kitchen there. Then I'm just showing you part of my kitchen because I want to talk about food. Yes, the food I brought in from Nigeria 3 months ago is still intact. The foods I brought from Nigeria to UK in September, they are still intact. Most of them are still intact. Some of them we are already finished it. You know, one of the things I learned when I was coming is to do more food and less clothes. Seriously, all those your Ankara, all those your lace, all those your high heels, if you are coming during winter, you might not be able to wear it. Even during summer, you might not still be able to wear because you're not yet used to this weather. So my advice, just keep those ones at home. You will still get bigger ones and finer ones when you get here. So do more of food, especially if you are also coming with children. Your children will eat, so it's better you bring food stuff for them so that they can eat very well. One of the things I brought most of my things I brought were dried food, and you need those dried food because they will take you for long. Do more of dried food, dried oporoko, dried pomo, dry everything, dried food. So I'll be starting with my melon. This is the melon I brought in September. The melon is still standing. I used this zip nylon. You can get the zip nylon in ShopRite. You can get it in big market like Lagos Island Market. You can get it in Yaba. You can get it some supermarkets. So I bought it inside. I dried and I blended my melon, then put them inside this Ziploc nylon. Then I kept them in the fridge since the September I came in. I kept them in the fridge, and anytime I want to use it, I just take some and put them back in the fridge, and it has been serving me seriously. See, then I also brought in crayfish. This is my crayfish, and it's still fresh, it's still standing. I didn't even have to put this one in the fridge, and it's still there till date. I just put them in the cupboard. If I want to use, I just remove some. But this nylon is very thick. It's very thick. It's still very okay. So this is part of the things I brought, and it's still very fine. Then I also bought beans. This is my beans. What things I did for the beans, after I put them in nylon, I also sellotape all of them. I also sellotape them. So when I got here, I removed the tape. Then I labeled them. Then these beans, one of the things that made it to stand for long is this pepper, this long pepper. They call it atagbigbe in Yoruba. So if you put it inside the beans, it will make the beans to stay long. Even if there's any insect or anything, any ants inside, those ones will dry off because that pepper will pepper them die. So it will save your beans. You can actually put these beans in the fridge too, but I didn't put mine in the fridge. Mine was inside the cupboard, and it's still standing there till date. Then I also brought grounded pepper. The grounded pepper I bought is still here. The grounded pepper, I've kept some in the plastic, and this is part of the ones I bought, and still because they are all dried, so they won't have any issue. Then I also did blended crayfish. This blended crayfish is still intact too to date, still very intact since it's dried and it was blended, so there was no issue. But I had problem with my ogbono. This is my ogbono. Some part of my ogbono got spoiled because I didn't open them up. I kept them in this nylon, and I think I kept them somewhere very close to where it comes from in the kitchen. So that one got spoiled, but I still had some left. You know, ogbono is fast food, quick with palm oil and the like. Quick, your ogbono is ready. Then you won't be allowed to bring in palm oil because they don't allow it in the hair. But if you are lucky to get in there, you're fine. Although you get palm oil here, but they are expensive. But they might also you get actual good one too, but they might not be as good as you wanted, but you will still see. Then I also brought elubo, my Ibadan people. I brought elubo. The elubo is still standing. Just get a good elubo from. I got this from Ibadan, and it's still very okay. No issue. Then I also went to ShopRite, and I got all these poundo yam. I got poundo yam. I got semolina. I got them. They are still intact for the past 3 months. We don't eat like that, but it's still there. Then another thing I got Cameroon pepper. This is the way I got it since that time, and it's still here after 3 months. It's still standing because this nylon is the work this nylon is doing is more than the money. Just get the pack if you can. Then I bought a lot of dried fish. This is dried fish. I've already removed the back. They call it eja panla. Is it panla? Yeah, I think it's panla. Then they remove the back. We peel the back. Then because it's already dried, so I just kept them in nylon. Then wrap it in sellotape. When I got it, I just open it up here, and yeah, yada. I'm still using it. Then I also brought stockfish. That is oporoko. My oporoko is still here. I've used some. I've not really used it like that, but it's still intact, still fresh as it was, because they are all dry. They are stockfish, oporoko for my Igbo people. Then I brought locust beans. That is iru. My locust beans, iru. What we did was my mom helped me to buy it, and thank God she got her own dried from the market. They actually sell dried one, but you can also buy and dry it, although it will take long time before it get dry, but it will save you because it will not smell. Like this is no more smelling, and I took my time to put it inside this case so it will stay long. I got like 2 or 3 of it, and till now I'm still having it intact. I also got the big crayfish. This is the big crayfish. It's still fresh till today, still very fresh, still intact. Then I also got this bitter leaf. This bitter leaf is still there. Can you see? It's still there, still dried. So what I did was my mom got this for me. So I think what she did was, after she got the bitter leaf, she cut it into pieces. Then she sun-dried it for some days. So when I want to use it, immediately I put small like this inside water, it will get salt and it will swell up. So when it swell up, I can now wash it and use it with my egusi, and it will be very, very nice. The egusi will sokutu wowo. My Yoruba people will understand, to stand very well. So since that time, I'm still using it small. Then I also went to ShopRite. And I got all these spice supreme. I got different types. I got jollof fried, I got pepper soup, I got barbecue, I got ginger. I got as much as possible, not because they are not here, but because we are just coming in to a place that we are not sure, and we will still be isolating, we won't be able to go out. So I just got as much as possible. I even bought rice. I brought rice from Nigeria because we will be isolating for 10 days and I won't be able to go out. So I got some, so at least bring some food that can last you for a few months before you start working and the like. Then we brought milk and Milo, but our milk and Milo was got finished before we say Jack and Harry. Before we know it, it was gone. So these are the alternative they have here. They have milk, liquid milk. They also have evaporated milk, but this is liquid milk that is more cheap. This is like maybe like 70 or 50 something pence. So when you get it, is not sweet. So let me warn you ahead, it is not sweet. It doesn't have sugar. So your children might not really like it. So you can buy Nigerian milk. There are milks here. You can buy nido milk. You can get it here. Those are the alternative you get when your things start getting finished. Then we also got this is an alternative for us. Instead of Milo, our Milo was finished, so we got this one. You can get something, this one like £1 something, £1.10 or £1.20. Then there's this one is cocoa, but it's like Milo. This one is like Ovaltine. This one is like normal Milo, and it will serve the purpose of Milo, especially for your children. Then you can bring in more of golden more. If you know your children like golden milk, custard, you can bring. My children don't like them, so I didn't bother myself apart from the small one that takes Cellulac. So I brought in more of Cellulac. So then I also brought tin tomato. This is my last tin tomato since I didn't. This is not the tin one, the sachet one. For the past 3 months I've been using this tomato, and it has been serving me. But you can get alternatives here. You will see tin tomato. It's not like this sachet. They say they have one, I've not seen, but the one they got from my child's school, the one they gave us, was in a container like yogurt, but and serving well too. But this is the last one. I just finished it today. Tin tomato, it worked for me because I used it for I bought carton, and this is the last one. I think that is all for now. I have showed you all what I brought from Nigeria and how I packaged them. So when you are packaging this thing, please make sure when you open it, you remove all the air. When you remove all the air like this, to be easy for it to compress and it won't have bubble. So when you do it like this and remove the air, so you'll be able to sellotape it round, then label it, then you are good to go. You are fine. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Bukola Italome. You can also follow me on Twitter at Bukola Italome. You can send me an email, teminikobukola. Then you can send your chats on Instagram. It's much easier to chat me on Instagram. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. See you in the next video. I love you.